Hi everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So in today's video,
Okay, let me ask you this. How are your kids are going to be an asset to me if I was dating you?
I would never date a man that ever asked me no craziness like that.
See,
I would never.
but
Because you would
problem.
never ask me how my kids would be an asset to you.
That's the thing.
That's insanity.
But see, I'm coming from a logical standpoint. You have to ask those questions.
Any woman
and let me say one more thing.
It's going to let you say, how can your kids be an... No, sweetie. No.
I'm so glad that she didn't sugarcoat anything. She wasn't trying to be nice. She said it point blank period. And you are the kind of man I would never bring around my children. Somebody who speaks like you should never come around my children. And that's the energy I want from all women who have children. You know, whenever I post videos about single mothers and I keep talking about be careful of who you bring around your children, I always feel like I miss something. And this is the something. This is the something that I feel like I have been missing in my messages that I try to channel across. Because he said the quiet part out loud. How are your children going to benefit me? What are they going to do for me? How are they going to please me? If your children are not doing anything to please me, then I don't want to be in a relationship with you. Last night when I saw the video, I tried to come from a place of, maybe he's talking about long term and they get married and maybe the children's father end up coming back into their lives and then he's going to feel like all his work and all his effort is in vain because now the kids do not know him as their dad. I thought about that too. Okay. And then I thought about it. I was like, really? Think about it. The question you should be asking is, how are you going to be of value to these children? How are you going to help this woman raise these children? It's not about what is in it for you. And with men like this, it's not just the children, it's you. They are users. He's just coming in because of what benefit he can reap by being with you. End of. Okay? He's not coming in to add anything valuable to your life. If he's demanding that your children should be bringing things to the table because this is what this is all about, he hasn't got your best interest at heart. And I don't care how lonely you are, how you feel like you need companionship. These are the men you need to stay away from, especially because of your children. There's a lady who shared some points at the end of the video, so please watch to the end because she's sharing tips on how to spot these type of men. All right, I included her, although she didn't stage the video because her points are very, very important. So please watch to the end and watch what she had to say when it comes to predators, because this is predatory. Okay, whether you want to believe it or not, it is. But let's get into some of the responses, and I'm going to come back and talk some more. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you.
Do you want to hear the absolute worst question going around the internet right now? As a man, how are your kids an asset to me? I honestly thought the bar couldn't get any lower, but the internet proved me wrong. Someone asked a woman this on a podcast, and he was standing 10 toes down. She replied properly, though. She said she would never consider dating a man who would ask a question like that. This is a step further than what do you bring to the table? Our kids have to bring something to the table too. Anyone who sees children as assets should not be allowed to be around children. And I don't think he was rage baiting. I think he really meant that. He really thought he ate with that. And if I see a single man or woman defend him on my page, you're getting blocked automatically. No questions asked. I hope this man is single without kids. Don't get him around any kids.
Going to be an asset to me.
Breaking news, everyone. Apparently now kids have to bring something to the table.
I miss when men's rites of passage was to go into the forest and only a few came back to earn their place among society and women.
Ask this. How are your kids are going to be an asset to me if I was...
He said, how are your kids going to be an asset to me? That sounds very Chester-like of him. If you know who Chester is, you know what I'm talking about. Because all I heard was, what are your kids going to do for me if I'm dating you? What am I going to get out of your kids if we're dating? Why are her kids even coming up and you're just dating her? And if you weren't just dating and it went further and it was a committed relationship, why would you see your significant other's kids as an asset? That's very creepy. Very, very creepy to me.
Ask me no craziness like that.
And this is why women need to be careful of the kind of men they allow into their lives, because any man that would make you feel like your child needs to be an asset to him should be a red flag. Are you dating the child or are you dating the child's mother? These are the kind of men that try to make a woman feel like she should be lucky that a man like him would have her when she has these children. But if you make the kids feel like that, how lucky is she? I don't know if he was aware of what he was saying or how it sounded when the words left his lips, but this sounds predatory. I'm sorry, but it does. So when she's no longer useful to you, what exactly do you want her kids to do for you? So you're coming into this single mom and her children's lives, making the kids feel like the only way I'll stay and be with your mother is if you all help make me happy. And how exactly do you think they're going to do that? And just because clearly somebody needs to hear this, children are not meant to be assets. It's not their job to make you as an adult happy. If you don't have the capacity to care for children without making them feel like they owe you something, don't date a single mom like that.
If you never met a man that would essay a child, you just did. An asset is a resource with economical value that a person or an organization has control and power over. So he's asking her, how will I have control and power over your child, over your kids? Do you understand how mentally predatory you have to be to ask this question? Not just to her, but publicly on a podcast? But what's even crazier is he's not new to asking questions like this, because he seems completely comfortable to ask such a disgusting question like this. And this is exactly why ladies that let their child or their children meet the man that they're dating, just dating, he's not your husband, he's not your fiance, he's not your long-term boyfriend. Yeah, those are some of the worst parents. Some of the worst parents alive. Because these men don't care about you. They want to be in the same vicinity as your child. And y'all ladies keep downplaying it. It's not every man. It's not every man. It's not every man. It's not every man. Why are you taking the chance? You're trying to say it's not every man, but the fact that you're taking a chance with any man is what makes you a bad parent.
Ask me no craziness like that.
If this is not giving essay vibes, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is disgusting for a man to come on a national podcast and say it with his entire chest, to be like, why are your kids, or what are your kids going to be an asset to me? I can guarantee you he is the type of man who believes that women should be in the kitchen, that the younger that they are, and that they need to have a low body count. Like, how disgusting is it for a man to have that much confidence to go on a podcast and say, what are your kids going to be an asset to me? And the even more upsetting thing out of all of this is the simple fact that there are so many women, unfortunately, who are in this predicament, who feel that that's the love that they deserve, that that's all they're good for, that's all they'll mean, and they put their kids up as leverage. Like, that is so disheartening, because no one should ever feel like they need to compromise with something of that fucking nature. Like, how gross for this man to literally come on a national platform and say that with such confidence. Like, you are a pig. You are disgusting. You are the reason why most women are almost always going to choose the goddamn bear.
There are a lot of ways to tell if your partner is attracted to children, and in this video I'm going to tell you guys a lot of signs that my mom overlooked or just did not see. The first indicator would be definitely trying to get your children alone and away from you. For example, my mom's ex, whatever, would often seek a lot of times to get us away from her by sending her to the store, sending her to run errands, offering to watch us for her while she went to work, or, you know, just things like that. I feel like these are normal things to do. Say you have a husband, or, you know, you have years and years and years into knowing someone, but these are definitely red flags for people you just met, you know, or people who barely know you or your children, you know, just huge red flags. Another indicator would be a man who was not interested in you until he learned that you had children. So say you have been interested in this man since, you know, I guess teenage years, or you knew this man since childhood, and he never paid you any kind of attention, but he found out that you are the mother of a daughter or the mother of a young son, you know, and he somehow has this attraction to you. No, he does not want to help you because you're a single mother. No, he does not find your motherhood just attractive. He is attracted to your children. He wants to get closer to your children. Another indicator is the marks and the comments they make on your children. So say you have, and I've seen this a lot, I've seen this one here a lot, and it doesn't just come from men. And one thing I'm going to say, I'm going to just play devil's advocate here. Predators aren't always male. Women can definitely be predators too. Women can definitely be attracted to children as well. I hate to say it, but it's very true. But this one is the comments that they make on your children. Often overlooked, but huge red flags. These comments can start anywhere from, oh, she's going to look amazing when she gets older, or, oh, I can just imagine how pretty she's going to look when she turns 15, 16, or I can just imagine how gorgeous she's going to be when she gets your age. She's going to look just like you. Nobody in their right mind is going to be looking at a 2-year-old, 3-year-old and imagining how good she's going to look when she's 15, 16. Still a minor, by the way. It's just fucking weird. And I've heard men and women make these comments, and it's fucking weird. Another huge red flag is how the extent they go to have small children sit on their laps. This is the biggest red flag. There's no way in hell that a child should be sitting on any grown person's lap, unless it's their mom, auntie, something like that. The grandma. There's no reason why a small child should be, especially a man, should be sitting on a man's lap. Uncle, cousin, I don't give a damn, should no small child be sitting on any man's lap. And any man that goes out of his way to make sure that this child sits on his lap, like little small things, you notice how often like he does these things, which I've seen this in family a lot, especially with my mom's friends' family. They make excuses for this weird ass behavior, especially from the older men in that family. But it's like, that is the biggest indicator that that man is attracted to children. Don't fucking allow it. Speak up for these babies. Even if you have women, we are blessed with this thing called a woman's intuition. Even if you feel it, act on it. What's the worst case scenario? You're wrong? Okay, at least you're saving your child. Just do something. Like, what the fuck be wrong with y'all?
When they start saying things like this, please don't entertain it. Please don't be shy about it. Please don't be quiet about it. Please don't smile shyly because, you don't want to come across as aggressive. You don't want to come across as this. Yes, come across as whatever you want to come across. And if you feel like he can be of a danger to you, just leave quietly. You're like, you know what? Yeah, this is all good, but I need to bounce. Just leave him. Don't explain yourself. Just leave him. Leave him, let him stew in his own whatever. I don't want to say madness or stupidity, but let him stew in whatever he's stewing in. All right? And go home to your children and take care of your children. Because men like this, they need to check him more. Because he's been saying it, he believes it, he thinks this is how it's supposed to be. That's why he's confidently saying those things with his chest. He's so bold to say it on a podcast. Like someone was saying some time ago, when you have a platform, it's like you are on national television, okay? So if you don't think about some of the things that you say, if you don't think before you say them, or if you feel like, oh, you have a right to say whatever you want to say, then question mark. I'm so glad that this lady shared the tips towards the end of the video. Everything she said is true. Everything she said is true. And don't ask me how I know. I know. When I was a child, my mom told me a story of a man who would usually come around when she's bathing me. While I'm in my pampers, he will come and carry me. Oh, this is my wife. This is my wife. Back in Africa, they do things like that. And it's weird. And, people are like, oh, it's a joke. It's just a joke. It's nothing. And my mom was like, no, don't do that to my child. She's not your wife. She's a baby. She's not your wife. Take things like this very seriously. Don't play around it, whether it's family, friends, relatives, but men especially. When they come around your children, oh, come and sit on my lap. Oh, this little girl is going to be very beautiful. Hey, when she grows up, No, it's not a joke. Don't take it lightly. Diffuse it there and then, okay? And as for the part about what children are going to bring to his life or what benefit he's going to reap from children, that is a very backward mindset. Don't expect any child to be of benefit to you. They are children. If anything, you are there to help them, to impart something positive into their lives. And if you can't do that, stay away from them. It's as simple as that. Don't come into anybody's life with the mindset that, oh, if I get this woman and children grow up, the kids are going to take care of me when I'm older. This is African mentality, like, oh, children are going to grow up and they are going to come somehow and they'll be taking care of their parents and so on. This is creating a lot of problems in relationships with parents, because parents have come to, think that it is somehow their children's duty to take care of them when they get older. And some people, they don't even get old. Like they are okay. They can work. They can make money still. And it's like, I'm too old. You need to start taking care of me. Like I took care of you. I did it for you. I did that for you. If you're one of those people, you need to stop it. Don't even let it come out of your mouth. Your children don't owe you anything, and children don't owe anybody anything. Nobody forced you to have children. Nobody put, to your head and forced you to be in the life of a woman who has children. So don't go there with that mindset. Don't go there with that intention that I'm going to come into her life. I'm going to help her raise her kids. And somehow when the kids grow up, they are going to, somehow take care of me and they are going to become an asset to me because I'm invested. They are not an investment. I'm sorry. Children are not an investment. If they grow up and they choose to be in your life and take care of you, that is not something you should require or demand from them. Okay? If you think that going into a woman's life, a woman who has children's life is somehow automatically, a way for you to start reaping benefit from the children that she has, you have a problem. Okay? Seek help. Seek help immediately. All right? Like he said, that's why he doesn't deal with single mother, which is a good thing. Like, stay away from every single mother, stay away from children, stay far away. But like I said, and I keep saying it, keep giving them the microphones, because if they didn't have the microphone, something like this will never come out. We never know it. We won't see his face. Some people will be dealing with men like him. So I'm happy that they are talking. So keep allowing them to talk and let them air their dirty laundries in public. And we'll also keep learning from him. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Leave your thoughts, opinions, whatever you have in the comment section. Let's learn from one another. And I'll see you again with another video. Take care of yourselves and stay away from men like this once again. Bye.